Justin decided to invite his neighbors to the housewarming party. He called the apartment and introduced himself. "Hello, my name is Justin. I'm your new neighbor." The guy decided to immediately get acquainted with the neighbors, and there could not be a better occasion. The invitees turned out to be spouses only. "Everything will be modestly domestic. Only 2 more of my friends are coming. No gifts," Justin said. The couple agreed, especially since they already had that evening free and there was no need to go far. Next door, the appointed day around lunchtime, Justin showed up. Embarrassed, he told her that he didn't have time to finish with the renovations, and that carving out another day when they could all get together wasn't going to happen anytime soon. "This might sound weird, but why don't we celebrate at your place?" asked Justin. "My friends, I've got guys who are normal. We won't stay out too long. We'll sit, talk, go our separate ways." Alice was uncomfortable with the refusal to start a neighborly relationship. She agreed. Joe shrugged, also agreed. Since there was no big celebration planned, it was decided to sit quietly in the kitchen. Justin himself fussed with the food and drinks, so the owners of the apartment had nothing to worry about. At the appointed hour, everyone gathered and began to celebrate the housewarming party. Justin and his 2 friends turned out to be sociable, cheerful people. They quickly got acquainted, and in 15 minutes, any awkwardness in communication disappeared. Under the clinking of glasses with expensive alcohol, everyone congratulated Justin on the move and wished him a lot of good things. Alice was not neglected, so sometimes glasses were raised in her honor. Joe had gotten tipsy quickly enough and turned his attention to socializing with Brandon, who, as it turned out, liked to play the same computer game. Alice chatted with Justin, though the conversation was more like an interview, as the guys kept asking questions, wanting to know more about her. Sometimes slow music came from the speakers, and then one of the guests asked Alice to dance. Joe didn't object, and Alice agreed, since there wasn't enough room in the kitchen for dancing. The couple would go to a room. While dancing at one point, the beau's hand gently slid down her dress, from Alice's waist to her buttock. The girl made a remark. The embarrassed guy apologized, hastily removed his hand. Time passed, and the more was drunk, the more brazen the guys became. When Justin once again invited the landlady to dance, the guy almost immediately put his hand lower. Alice, as if without noticing, thanked him for the invitation. Touching, which at first caused a slight dislike and embarrassment to the girl, with time found pleasant enough so that she stopped correcting the guys, who clearly allowed themselves unnecessary. After all, what's wrong with a little petting, the girl thought. Justin, seeing Alice's suppleness, decided to go even further and tightly pressed the girl against him. The landlady yelped in surprise and pushed the pushy guy with her hands. "Is something wrong?" asked Justin. This kind of behavior was kind of normal for him. "I have to go to the bathroom." Alice fussily fixed her hair, noting at the same time that her heart was racing and her lower abdomen was clenching, and the girl decided to make a quick trip to the bathroom to clean herself up. "I liked something." The girl surprised herself. "Enough, calm down, but I drank a little, steamed up. Doesn't happen to Kim. Now get yourself cleaned up and go and send the guests out, because they're already too late." But before Alice could put her plan into action, the bathroom door opened and Justin jumped up to her. The landlady looked up at him in amazement and said, "What are you doing? Get out!" But the guy didn't leave in a hurry. With a quick movement, he undid the button on his jeans, ripped the fly down. Justin took a step toward her. She jumped up to him and greedily sank a kiss on his lips. The guy, who thought he'd have to work a little harder to restrain the stubborn girl, didn't expect such a turn of events, but it pleased him. They made love vigorously, while her husband was playing games with a new neighbor. When they finished, he said, "But that's enough. Let's go or your hubby will miss you." She was still in shock. Now it was starting to dawn on her what she'd just done, and that's when her heart began to ache. "Get out! I need to clean myself up," said Alice. The guy unceremoniously grabbed the girl's arm just above the elbow, dragging her behind him. She wanted to put on her panties, but she heard, "Leave it, it's my trophy now." The mistress wouldn't have the strength to resist the guy, so she followed him as he went, fixing her hair and dress. "Oh, Alice!" Joe exclaimed joyfully, fumbling around. After knocking over a couple of empty bottles, he stood up from the table, holding out his arms to his spouse. Drunkenly, smiling, he stretched out his lips, trying to kiss her. Alice wanted to pull back, but a smirking Justin said, "But that you, Alice, you may not shy away from us." The girl obediently put her lips to the kiss. Luckily for her, her husband was so drunk that he didn't notice that the kiss had some strange flavor. "Well, let's keep the fun going." With a cheerful smile, Justin grabbed another bottle and popped the cork.